Hello everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie, and this is the month that we've all been waiting for. It is close to my heart's Stamptacular month, where all of the stamp sets are on sale. We wait for it all year long. And this year they've added the stamp sets with thin cuts to the sale as well. So if there's a couple of those sets with the thin cuts you've kind of been eyeing, you'll want to grab those sooner than later, because those are while supplies last. But in honor of Stamptacular, I wanted to focus on some stamping techniques throughout the month. I have this chart that Close to My Heart has made, and today we're going to talk about solid stamping. So if you would like this chart, just comment below. Just put chart in the comments, and I will Facebook message you this the PDF for this. But today we're going to do solid stamping. We'll also talk about their second generation stamping, random stamping, masking, ombre, and rock and roll. So I'll do those later, probably in the next couple weeks. We'll tackle like one or two a week. So solid stamping is super fun. It can be a little frustrating if you're not necessarily getting the image that you want. So this is a card that I created with the solid stamps. This stamp set is we're in April. April stamp in the month. It is called Scandinavian Folk Art Greetings, which is right here. It's a little bit of a different stamp, and there are quite a few solids on here, so I wanted to use this one to show you how to do the solid stamping today. We're also going to be using this stamp set right here. It has all the fun birthday greetings on it, and it is called Celebrating You, and I'll put a list of all the products I used in the video so you can easily find them. But this stamp set is on sale this month. And then, I forgot to mention, you probably know the spill by now, but with the stamp in the months, they are only available during that month. So it's only available during April. It is $18.95, or you can get it for $5 with a $50 purchase. Or if you are a Close to My Heart VIP customer, you can get it for free with a $50 purchase. And then I will send you a kit that looks like this guy right here. Has the picture, instructions, and then the pieces to create these 3 cards. So that is our April stamp of the month. Okay, so with solid stamping, you basically just want the right tools. So this foam thing comes in the stamp sets. It's not only for keeping the stamp set safe and not sticking to the case, because the stamp sets come in this plastic. You can use it to cushion your stamp to get a better image. You can also use the back of this mat right here. It's called a Versa Mat, and it has kind of a foam on the back side, so you can use this for stamping as well. But I mainly probably just grab this out of the stamp set when I am stamping. So let me show you how to do some solid stamps. So let me grab my block. Another tip is when you're stamping, you'll want a block that is just a little bit bigger than your image. So this one fits it this way and pretty good this way. This is a 3x3 block, and you'll want it to fit pretty close to size, so it gives you a nice image. You get even pressure, and then you don't get those evil stamp lines. You know what I'm talking about, when you put a stamp down and then it has a line. That helps eliminate those. Another thing you want to make sure is that you have a nice juicy ink pad. This is Espresso that I'm using today. I like to grab the ink pad and then the re-inker when I'm purchasing inks. just so I have the re-inker on hand. So when it gets a little dry, I can just re-ink it so I get a nice image every time. And I will tell you, Close to My Heart's ink pads, they last quite a while. I don't usually have to re-ink them more than, maybe once or twice a year. And for the amount of stamping I do. So that's just a good FYI. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way. So I have my white cardstock and I have my squishy foam underneath. I'm going to open my ink pad, and I kind of want it this way because this image goes up and down. So on our cute little technique chart, it says to place the stamp on the block, and then you want to ink the stamp using a twist, twist, tap, tap, tap motion, and then you can check for full coverage. So I kind of press down first, and then you can twist, twist, tap, tap, twist, twist, tap, tap. Someone I took a class from called it burping the baby. So I think of that every time I stamp. Okay, now with acrylic stamps, you can see through them, so you can see if you have full coverage or not, or if there's kind of something funky on your stamp, like there was like a little piece of something. So see how nice that is? I would have stamped that and ruined my image. So tap, tap, twist, twist, and then we're going to just lay it down on our white cardstock. I'm going to hold it firmly just for a second, and then pull it straight up, and you get a nice crisp image. So we're going to do that again for our other boot. Ink, ink, twist, twist, tap, tap, burp the baby, whatever you want to say, and then check for full coverage. And that looks good. So then I'm going to go ahead and lay it down, hold it firmly for just a second, and then lift up. And there you go. You have your nice images. So that hopefully those tips help you get a nice solid image every time. Again, you'll want to use a little foam underneath, either this foam that comes in the ink pad or maybe a Versa Mat, a nice juicy ink pad, and then of course a block that fits your, I have still a little ink on there, a block that fits your stamp. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this card. I'll put that to the side, and I'll bring this one back in. The paper that I used on this card is from the Mix-In paper packet that's in our current idea book. You get, look how cute that is. This Mix-In paper packet, you get 6 sheets, you get 1 of each, and it's double-sided. I always grab the Mix-In from every paper packet because you always need a good pattern paper, and they coordinate with the paper packets that are already in the idea book. And a lot of times I actually just use them as a standalone paper packet. Like, so this red and then this toffee or almond, I think it's almond, I got, they're just 2 patterns from the pattern paper. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut these out. And I'm going to use the microtip scissors, which are amazing if you need a set of scissors. These are non-stick and microtip, and they're awesome. They're very sharp, so I don't let my kids use them until they get older, because they can really hurt you. Okay, I'm just going to cut right up against that boot. And the little flowers and stuff are nice, but it is not the look I was going for on this card. And cut around. And you want to move your paper, not your scissors, to get a nice cut. Okay, and one more. Cute boot. And did I mention this color is Espresso? It's a really nice deep brown, which I tend to use more in the fall, but I thought these boots were so cute. So I had to do them in brown. I wanted kind of a Western theme to this card. And I think the espresso helps with that. All right, I've got our 2 boots. And then this stamp right here is Celebrate You Today. And again, it comes from the, let me look at the name, Celebrating You. I'm going to grab my little 1 by, I think this is a 1 by 3.5. I love this block for sentiments. Okay, so this one, here's another tip for you. This is kind of a long sentiment and I want it to be straight. So I'm going to lay it right on my mat and I'm going to pick it up right off my mat so that it doesn't get wavy or anything like that. Okay, it keeps its shape better that way. I think that's what I was trying to say. Then I'm going to use espresso ink again. I mean, I can do the same thing. Tap, tap, swish, swish. Is that what we said? Burp the baby. And I'm going to stamp this right in the center. And then grab my stamp chamois and clean that off. I got it wet today. Sometimes I forget when I do videos to get it wet, but I remembered today. Okay, I'm just going to peel that off and stick it back. And then we can assemble our card. Okay, so I grabbed a card base. This comes from our card base and envelope pack. It comes in a pack of 50 and it also comes with envelopes. So I always grab a pack whenever I'm placing an order because I use them so much. Okay, so here is so I could use this side if I wanted to, but I thought it was a little too busy. So I'm using this other side that has kind of the diamonds. And then I'm going to add this floral and we'll add it about right there. And then we have our espresso cardstock to match our boots. And then this is almond. I'm using the light side of almond. Okay, and I felt like the square needed a little something, so I used the journaling pen. I believe this is the 0.05 journaling pen just to add some doodle lines. And when I do doodle lines, I like to start on the corner and then kind of pull away from me. I feel like I get kind of a straighter line that way. But that's just how I like to do it. I know there's several ways to do doodle lines. And then one more. Okay. Yeah, I love the journaling pen if you feel like your square or sentiment or something just needs a little extra. It just adds a little bit. We're going to add our Celebrating to You right underneath, or Celebrating You right underneath there. And then we can add our boots. The first one I just put right onto the card base, kind of going off the square just a little bit for fun. And then the second one I used the 3D foam, the thin, to bump it up just a little bit. And I'm kind of offset this one just a little. So cute. And then I felt like it needed a little bit of some bling. So I grabbed the rose gold sequins and some just liquid glue. I'm just going to grab some out of here. I probably should have got tweezers or something. So I want a couple different sizes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pour it in the top of this jar. So these are Close to My Heart's craft jars, I believe we call them. And our sequins comes in just a baggie. And then I transfer them from the baggie into these jars because they are so nice. And then I, just put a label on it with my label maker, so I know what is in the jar. Like, what are they trying to say? I got distracted by looking at all these shiny sequins. Okay, so I wanted a big one and then 2 small ones, and I need 2 small ones for the boots. Let me see if I can pick through here and find. I should have done this earlier, I'm sorry. There's one. So I put a little, oh, that one's too big. A little sequence on the center of that flower on the boot. I think that one's too big too. Oh, I think this one's perfect. And there's even like little clear stars in this sequence. It's kind of fun. Okay. And I'll just dump them back in there. Less of a mess. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab my liquid glue and I'm going to add a daub, just a little dot, and lay them right on top. And it will take a minute for them to dry, but it will dry clear. I like to set them out first and then just add the glue all at the same time. And then a little in the middle of that flower. All right, there you go. Isn't that the cutest card? I'm gonna have to be careful not to touch the sequins because it's drying. I thought it turned out so cute, and even though the boots are Scandinavian, I think it kind of has a country feel. And one last thing I want to share with you is where I got this idea. So Close to My Heart has a brand new idea book. It's called Make It From Your Heart Volume 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th one. It's been in production for a little bit, and we just barely got it. So I love these idea books. They have like the blueprint, and then it will tell you how many photos. So this book has layouts and it has cards. So I wanted to try this book out because I just got it this week. Yeah, or last week, I guess. And this is where this comes from. So you can see I have the square, I have the little pattern paper, and then I have the sentiment down here. And then I love this book because it gives you ideas and different ways that you can accent and things like that. So that is where this idea came from for this card. It is called Make It From Your Heart Volume 5, and I'm so excited. So more, you'll see this coming up, or you'll see more things coming from this book because, like I said, I just got it, so I'm super excited to try it. Okay, so if you have any questions on solid stamping, let me know, or if you have any additional tips that I didn't cover, please share with us. And then if you would like this PDF, just comment on this video with the word chart, and I will send it to you in Facebook Messenger. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye.